Alright guys, I made my bends, and now what I want to do is loosen up these caps, and this should let out and release some nitrogen. And that nitrogen's in there from when they pressure test them at the factory. So if there's not nitrogen coming out, you may have an issue. Looks like it's just on the small line. So I'm pretty happy with the install so far. I have the line coming down the wall, and I use this protective cover, which looks real nice. Here I am, I'm just cutting away the drain line. Now the drain line came with the installation kit, and I taped it to the stub and fit that on nice behind that decorative thing where it connects together. So it turned out that the way I was going to hook up my line set, my line was going to be about 7 or 8 foot long, and the issue is the unit is pre-charged with Freon, and there would be too much Freon for a 7 foot line. The line set that comes with it is 16 foot, and I talked to the manufacturer, and they said that you have to use a minimum of 10 foot. So rather than making it 10 foot and flaring the ends, it would still be coiled up. And you know, if I could redo this, I would probably put the compressor down about 8 foot and run the line along the house. But what I've decided to do was to dig out some earth here, about 8 inches or so, and I'm coiling up the lines, and I put down landscape fabric down there in the bottom, and that'll allow water to drain out. And up top I'm going to cover it kind of with like a wooden block box, and then I'm going to put some rocks over it and landscape it. So at least the line's the right length as far as the Freon, and it's going to look neat when I'm done. By coiling up the line flat, it helps prevent oil from getting stuck. I notice a lot of people just coil it up vertically, and it looks pretty hideous behind the unit. But by laying it down flat like this, I think the manufacturer called it serpentining, it should prevent oil from getting caught. And also, I'm not putting earth or soil right against the lines, so we're going to use the air to actually insulate the lines. So I have this box, like I said, it's sitting on top of the landscape fabric, and here I am, I'm just sort of pulling the lines through it and maneuvering it all into place. The idea is once I get everything set, it should be hidden, and I should be able to access it if I need to down the road. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm putting on this accordion thing to kind of hide the lines and protect the lines a little better. So I'll just slide this over the lines and get that in place. And then I'm going to landscape over this with some of the matching rocks. The plywood I used is waterproof plywood. I guess it's used for flooring in houses. And I put a piece of rubber over top of the plywood to help protect it and keep out water. Now any water that gets down in there should drain through, and I'm just carefully putting these rocks over this, and in the future if I need to get in there I'll just move the rocks out of the way and I should have access. Well, here's a look at the unit. So far everything looks really good. I'll bring you in here, I'll show you how this wooden thing and the line is hidden. I know it's there. If anyone would try and dig, they'd see the line or they'd hit the plywood before they'd actually hit the copper. So I'm pretty happy with what I have, and I really like this line set cover. I got that from Amazon, and I'll put the links down below. You guys need to stay tuned for video 3, where we're going to vacuum pump the system and get everything wrapped up. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey guys, we're on part 3 here of installing our mini split, and in today's video we're going to show you how to hook up your lines, both the electrical and the line set, to the outdoor unit. And then we're going to use the vacuum pump in our gauges, and we're going to vacuum the lines and add the refrigerant. So that's what this video should entail. So we'll talk about the wiring on the outdoor unit. The lines coming down with our 240 come from the disconnect box. They're going to run here where it says L1 and L2. And the communication cord that goes to the indoor unit, red is on 1, black's on 2, white is on 3, and that cord is grounded as well as the ground from the 240 volt circuit. I'm not using this wire connector here because I added one to the box here, and it's going to put too much pressure on these wires. So we're going to put this plate on, and that finishes up the electrical for the unit. Okay, we're at the point of the project where we need to connect our line set. I'm using this product called Nylog. Basically what it does is it seals up these pipes and it stays fluid and doesn't get hard. And since I did not buy a micron gauge, I want to make sure that all my fittings are right. So here I am just putting on the Nylog. It goes on both sides of the flare, the outside and the inside, and the brass fittings on the unit. The line set wasn't really too hard to get into place. I just took my time and lined things up. I found the copper pipes to adjust very easily. In fact, I didn't even need to use my copper tube bender. These nuts or caps should be